Hello folks, welcome back to the WesSpur Homestead. A quick review for you today. In the Department of Homestead Tools, we have this Gransfors Bruks Wildlife Hatchet, fresh off the press. And I'm going to give you a quick review of this. This one's brand new. And at the end of the video, I'm going to pull out one that I've had for over 10 years. It's got 10 years of banging on it. I've been splitting kindling and using it for bushcraft backcountry trips for years. It's been a great pack companion. I'm going to pull that out at the end of the video and show you what it looks like after it's been put to hard use. So stay tuned. We'll put this thing on the chopping block and see what it looks like. Well, as you can see, one's first impression would be that this Wildlife Hatchet is just lovely. The leather work for the sheath is lovely. The American hickory handle, every detail is pleasing to the eye. We did take a few test swings with it, but after cutting some wood and cutting some limbs and doing a few chores, it still has a very good edge on it. Personally, I think they come in the mail a little bit too sharp. You could pull it out of the box and wow, you can shave with them. I like a good sharp hatchet, but I don't want one that's going to catch my skin every time I walk by. But anyway, a fine job. The edge is holding up good. This one is made by Anders Stromstedt at the Gransfors Bruk foundry. And it's a pretty good looking head. Fitted well, nice and tight. I've never had one of these come loose. And just a fine example of a wildlife hatchet. Now some people might be asking what you would use a hatchet this size for. The head on these weighs about a pound. Overall weight's a pound and a half, and it's about 12 inches long. This is the size I prefer in the backcountry for doing camp chores, anything from gathering firewood, limbing dry limbs off the trees for firewood, mining fat wood for fire starter. Just about all those chores this thing excels at. It's great for splitting. It has a nice wedge shape to it, which I'll show you. There's the profile of the Wildlife Hatchet. You can see there's a slight convex grind. It's a nice thin blade with a lot of, the butt of the axe is nice and thick and heavy, and there's a lot of weight behind it. That's one reason I chose this axe over the mini hatchet. This has a little bit longer handle. I think it's a little safer to use if you want to try to do some heavier chores with it. I think sometimes a smaller hatchet tempts someone to get a little more wild with their swing. It's nice to let the weight of the head do the work, keep your swing real natural, let the tool do the work, and it seems to work out really well with this hatchet in the backcountry. I think prices on these are going up all the time. I think they're up over $150 now. We got this one from WesSpur. I got my old one from WesSpur years ago. That's a arborist shop in Bellingham, Washington. I'll put their link below. They're a great company with real helpful people there, and they have a lot of these in stock sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait a little while, but they will pick out some nice pieces for you if you request it. And I've had really fast shipping from them as long as they have the axes in stock. So let's put this bad boy to work and just see how easy it can make camp chores. This is some Douglas fir here. There's a lot of weight behind that. You can does make it easy. It's razor sharp. in making these swizzle sticks, the challenge is not to push too hard, because I like to shape a big ball and then cut them off in one big unit. One thing that impresses me on these little hatchets is the way they carve their handles. These are Gransfors' own design, and there's a really nice curve here and a nice foot on the end that you can lean against with the palm of your hand, and you get a real secure grip. That makes it pretty safe, because when you're in the backcountry, you don't want to let loose of this. There's also a nice little hole drilled in the end to put a leather lanyard on there, or a wrist strap. One thing I don't want to forget to mention is each one of these axes from Gransfors Bruk have the maker's initials stamped right on the pole. So that's their guarantee of quality right there. And without further ado, I'd like to show you a Gransfors Wildlife Hatchet that I've been banging on for 10 years. This was made by Matthias Matson, and it's my pride and joy. And I tell you what, it's still, if I were to shine it up a little bit, it would look brand new. I could make it look brand new just by giving it a little coat of oil on the handle. I think I will do that pretty soon. But there's a couple little nicks in the blade, very small. I've only sharpened it a couple times over the years. It doesn't need to be sharpened very much. But this hatchet has gotten a ton of work done. I can't think of a tool that has earned its keep more than this little hatchet right here. Every bundle of kindling we use to get through winter in the cabin and in the shop has been split with this little hatchet. It doesn't even show much wear, and the head is just as tight as the day we purchased it. I just put a little small leather loop on this one, just so I can hang it on a tree limb if I'm in the backcountry. I've used this mostly just around the woodshed and in the homestead, but I also take it hunting with me, and it's a great survival tool if you have to build a shelter, or if you just want a campfire to warm up in a snowstorm. Well, there you have it. The Gransfors Wildlife Hatchet, young and old, stuck in the chopping block like a set of twins. My advice is to buy these before they quit making them. Go out and get yourself one. You won't be sorry. It feels so good in the hands. The hickory handles are so superior, and the heads will last you a lifetime. I think they do have a lifetime warranty on these. There's a lot of good dealers in the United States. So after using this hatchet for 10 years, I give it a solid 5 stars. And I recommend going out and getting yourself one as soon as you can before they quit making them. It'll be a tool that'll last you a lifetime. Until next time, this is over and out from the West Fork Homestead. Take care and God bless everybody.